calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Throwing on first down. Clifton.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
So here are the Niners now to get their first drive.
They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
At their own 21.
Here's Lance to throw it.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Now Lance dumps this one off to Algier.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Lance looking to throw it.
Rolling to his left. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Clifton.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Clifton.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On play action, Lance.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Now Lance going to throw.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away.
And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. There he goes left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Yeah, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. But now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
Lance now to throw.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Lance looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
To throw, it's Lance.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Throwing now is Lance.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Lance to throw on 3rd and 1.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field.
Creeping up on 1,000, could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage the quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now too.
Yeah, a little bit of a cat and mouse game. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, this defense for the Niners, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the 1st down marker. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A first scoring update now from Carolina. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Yeah, they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
In last week's game for Kittle, there are the numbers. 9 catches, 93 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field.
They'll run for it with Algier.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On to punt, Jamie Gillen. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. Clifton. He's got his big tight end, Fant. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. On 1st and 10, Clifton completes it to Fant on the right side. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Clifton. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking to throw. Clifton. Throw left side complete. That's more.
And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal.
Walker once more, and he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3.
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, but it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now 14-0. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance
throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play.
And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback who'll be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now.
And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fool him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
2nd and 5. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown! Noah Fant with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
And it is now 21-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Throwing his lance on 3rd down.
And that's incomplete. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Clifton. This is the tight end fan. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a first down. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They run again with Walker. They juked him. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And this offense on 3rd down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
These 2 teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Clifton setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Here's Braden Mann now.
They'll boot it away from about his 35. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Niners set to take over on offense. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3.
Here's Lance to throw it. That's thrown underneath to Algier.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10.
Lance
being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker.
Here's Lance. Dumps this one off to Algier.
And he's out of bounds. Able to take this one up to the 35.
Lance now on first down.
He's got his man on the crossing route. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Steps away to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. On 2nd and 10.
Lance
buying time to his left.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was the Vikings who were able to get the victory at home. Chase Claypool, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see
past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
On second, here's Algier.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Lance looking to throw it.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They go play action here on first down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try to protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. Clifton, and that'll be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Clifton.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
And they got the safe completion on third. The Seahawks send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken right around the 44. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
Right at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Lance.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Algier going straight ahead.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
And Lance now to throw.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Rashawn Gary in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That pass complete to Moore. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off play action. Clifton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's what he should have held on to. But when you're playing elements like this, sometimes the passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
At their own 23.
Gives it to Algier to start things off.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Lance.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Algier now up the middle.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 44. On 3rd down, it's Clark. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Now Lance.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. And Lance going to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
To throw, it's Lance.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
And out now come the Seahawks. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
To throw on second down. Clifton.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead him to fourth down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
On fourth down, Clifton.
He's got his tight end, Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on fourth down.
11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Seahawks a first down.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Clifton. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Clifton. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now to the ground, here's Walker.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Clifton. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Seahawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Well, partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Aaron Donald picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Desperation time here. Lance.
And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
53 yards for him on the ground now. On that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Here's Walker.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Seahawks extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big, you really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary in there for a big one. That is sack number 200 for his career. It ties him with Bruce Smith for the all-time NFL record.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Lance and company going on 4th down.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
Back to Walker on first down. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Walker.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. And this.
On third down, here's Walker.
And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 30.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Lance.
Toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A gain of 4.
Lance looks to throw again.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. To throw again on 2nd down.
Lance.
Forced out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for his windup. He was defended by.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down.
Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And they will remain well behind. A tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schleprock, got that black cloud over their heads.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 94 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he's got room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Gain of 21 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10.
And Walker once more. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
11 more on that one and another first down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
4 yards to go on second down from the 7.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll give it up to the big man Walker. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. While you forced turnovers, you didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play, and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D.